Hey everybody, it's March the 15th. We're doing a hive inspection today. It is quite breezy today, great temperature, it's about 70 degrees, but we are expecting some thunderstorms tonight and then it's really gonna cool off for the next 2 or 3 days. Today we're gonna be talking about queen cells. So there's three types of queen cells, one of which is an emergency queen cell. It's when and these are all cells that the hive, the colony, is going to build in order to rear a new queen. And so the first example is an emergency cell. That's when they've lost the queen. So either she's died or she's left the hive unexpectedly, like as a surprise, or for whatever reason they no longer have a queen, and so they have to quickly raise or rear a new queen. That's an emergency cell. The next one is a supersedure cell. A supersedure cell is where they suspect something is wrong with the queen. Either she is old, she's not laying as many eggs, she's laying weird patterns, egg patterns. Maybe the eggs she's laying are bad eggs for whatever reason. Maybe she's diseased. Maybe she's sick. For whatever reason, the colony senses that she's no longer good and she may not be lasting very long, so they create a supersedure cell and start rearing a new queen. Sometimes you'll see 2 or 3 of those. And the third type of cell is a swarm cell. And so we talked a little bit about swarming last week. A swarm cell typically is a cell that's located on the bottom of the frame. So the emergency and supersedure cells will be somewhere in the middle of the frame. Swarm cells are usually at the bottom. Sometimes they're actually on the wooden part of the frame, not even on the comb. So they'll build comb queen cells that hang off the bottom of the wooden frame. And you'll see in the video that there are some of those cells they're beginning to build, but they haven't closed them off yet. So those are swarm cells, and that means that they're rearing new queens in preparation for half of the hive colony taking the queen with them and leaving and going and finding a new home. So they're leaving the remaining bees with a way to have a queen after they've left and taken the queen with them. So those are the three types. You're going to see supersedure / emergency cells today. I'm pretty sure it's supersedure cells because we saw the queen. You're going to see the queen. So she's definitely not gone. She's still there. So they're either superseding her or they've forgotten where to put a swarm cell. So, anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Wow. We got some comb built today. Let's get one of these out here and make us some room. All right. Nice looking comb there. And this is on the 3rd frame. Last week we had 0 comb on that frame. This one we had 0 comb on this frame. And now look at it. We've already got honey in there and it's already capped. It's excellent. Same thing on this one. Also, I see a drone. Can you see the drone there in the... It's a drone right there. Right there. Big fella. That frame is kind of heavy, which is nice. This one's pretty heavy here too. Got some capped brood on this one. And honey. So we need to start looking for the queen because she may be on here since there's brood. Also, that looks like it's probably, looks kind of like drone brood, but maybe not. There's another drone. Right there. This one right here. Whoop. Okay, not seeing any queen on that one. There's a few drones sales on that one. So drone sales this time of year means that's good, because it means they are looking forward to mating season. So it means if you have a queen that hatches, she'll at least have some drones to mate with, wherever that drone congregation area ends up being. Okay, the rest of these look great. They're drawing comb in the right direction. That's good. There's no, I don't see any comb on these. Also, the weather this weekend, right now, it feels good. It's about 70 degrees. The wind is blowing. A few clouds in the air. It's supposed to thunderstorm tonight, and then the temperature is supposed to drop into the 30s tonight. Tomorrow is clear, but it's going to drop into below freezing Monday night, tomorrow night, and the next night. Which means it's not really a good time to be splitting a hive, because remember, they got to keep that brood warm. That brood's got to be kept to about 90 to 95 degrees. And they do that using their own their body warmth, and by generating warmth. But they have to cluster up around the brood to keep it warm like that. So splitting them means you're splitting bees, and it makes it harder for them to keep their brood warm. So as much as I would really like to split them right now, I think it might not be a good idea. All right, before we start taking these frames out, I want to check to see if we got any queen cells on the bottom of this box. Oh, shoot. Okay, I see a lot of open ones, but I don't see any capped ones. Pretty heavy. A lot of brood. I'm sorry. A lot of pollen and honey on this one. Queen should not be on this frame. Very heavy frame. There's some brood. See larvae. A lot of eggs. See honey and pollen. This is a great frame right here. If I were splitting, I would consider using this one. A lot of practice queen cells right there on the side. We saw those last time. Seen quite a bit of drones. That's good. Let's see, a lot more than last week. I don't think I saw any last week. Seeing a lot of eggs, a lot of larvae, and quite a bit of capped brood, pollen, and honey. This would also be a good one to split. Yeah, it's a very nice brood frame. That is a capped queen cell right there. Can you see that? And it's in a location on the frame which suggests that it's an emergency cell or a supersedure cell, which means they think they don't have a queen, or they think she's not doing what she should be, and so they're wanting to replace her, which is odd because she has completely filled these frames up with eggs. That would be a good frame to put in the split because they've already got a queen started. Here's another one right here. And it is also capped. Man, that is just a beautiful frame. So you see these, all of these cells here, brood cells, are all worker bee brood, but these bubbly ones down here are the drones. Looks like they're starting another queen cell there. But it is not capped yet. This one's heavy, so it's almost all honey. Next frame looks like honey too. It is windy today, and the bees do not like windy days. It's all nectar and honey. Nectar and honey. We got larva, capped brood, and some eggs. There she is. There's queen bee. See her right here? She's looking for an empty cell to lay a egg in. Just doing such a great job of her egg pattern. That is a lot of bees. These are definitely ready to split, but I really want to wait till it's going to be warm for a few days. So those are drone cells. That looks like a queen cell that they are not ready to cap yet. Eggs in that one. She seems to be laying well, so I don't know why they would want to supersede her. Again, it may be a practice cell, but it's capped. That's the confusing part. Another drone. I've seen half a dozen drones, so not only is she laying them, but they're hatching. Yeah, that all looks great. Put the strap on there because it's starting to get top heavy, and I guess there's a chance the wind could blow it over, and we are going to have a storm tonight, so better safe than sorry. this one, I'm adding a feeder. Now I'm not putting any feed in it. Come on out of there. But it will smell very stinky. Not stinky, but it'll smell like a lot of bees because it has a lot of propolis built up underneath, and it's likely that it could create a home for a swarm. Who knows? But like I said before, it's better than having it stored in the garage because there's a slight chance that it might catch a swarm out here. Although while I was getting ready to come out here today, there was a bee flying around in my garage. I had the garage door open. And I bet she's smelling some of that bee equipment in there.